We're just getting ready here really quickly. Let's see. Just gonna do what I can here to get ready with this. I feel like my camera is a little bit like, okay. I feel like my camera is a little bit, just a little. We're gonna get set up here and then we're gonna have a good live. So let me just get prepared. Light a candle, get some ambiance. It's kind of cold, so we're trying to have cozy vibes so we can have a nice chill time. And we're just gonna talk about our budgets, get ready, do a little bit of planning, get productive, all that good stuff. So if I can just do this. Okay, let me do this really quickly. It doesn't help. Thank you all for being so patient, by the way, because I just want to make sure this is looking good for everybody. I know there's only one person, but I appreciate you being here. Okay, so in our last video, I went over the budget and I ended up getting to a zero net sum. Everything that ended up, you know, needing to be spent was spent and vice versa. So I kind of want to keep that same, I want to keep that same energy, that same momentum going. And so that's what I'm going to do. Let me just do a little bit more, one more thing here to get up to date. Just want to make sure everything's going well. Okay, cool. Great. All right, let's get started. So, just some housekeeping items here. I am expecting 2 paychecks. Let's see. So payment number 1, $2,486 and 75 cents, and then number 2, $2,520.20, and then some sort of interest as well. Now, the interest rates fell. They fell again. They were lowered by 0.25. So that's gonna reflect pretty soon here, probably after Halloween. And so I don't know what to expect for my interest. And I'm okay with that because, you know, we were living in a time where we were kind of getting lucky with the amount of interest that we did have. And so it was a nice while it lasted sort of thing, and that's fine. So I'm not gonna include it in this calculation just because I don't know exactly what to expect, which is fine. So then moving forward, we are going to put this together, and it comes out to $5,000 exactly, I believe. Well, let's see. I think with interest it does. 2486.75 plus 20. $5,006.95. Now, obviously it's not going to be exactly that, like I said, because we do not know how much we're going to be getting in interest, but this is what we're working with so far. Like I said, as of today, I have $0 and 0 cents in my checkings account, so there will be no carrying over. I'm gonna really need to be strict with this budget. Otherwise, not sure how things are gonna work out. Now, the other thing that's a little bit weird is that I am going on that trip at the end of November, and I don't know yet what that logistically is going to look like. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but you know, I've been asking people, you know, I've been seeing people traveling and asking them how was it getting through things like TSA and, you know, everything with air traffic control, because the trip is international and I get really anxious when we do fly like overnight and over water. I just don't fly well. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. And so I don't know yet if I'm going to put some extra money towards the trip or not. My husband's gonna do that because he's a little bit worried as well, like about getting stranded. So I don't know yet, you guys. I have no idea. And especially at times like this too, like those type of worries seem so freaking trivial, almost silly to even vocalize. But I trust you guys know my intentions there. So I'm just adding my bills here. My bills do not change at all. So except my grocery bill, right? This is the only one that I'm not gonna add just because it's not always $125 or $180. So I'm gonna leave that. But my my electric bill went back down to $55. As you guys know, it's been kissing $70 for the last like 2 or 3 months. So $55 is great. And then for Orca, I don't know if I'm gonna be actually taking Orca, so I'm not gonna add that yet either. And just so that we're all on the same page, I did pay my rent actually this morning. They load the rent into the portal a few days early, and so we kind of like to get that out of the way as quick as possible. And so that's why that is always paid ASAP, just so that we're not worrying about, you know, things. So that is where we are there. Let's see here. I don't know why something's not right about my, let's see. All right. So yeah, those are all the bills that I'm anticipating at the moment. So hopefully we can get that, you know, solidified and finished there. So let's move on to some things. No debt as usual. I do want to add one more 1,000 to my vacation fund, and I don't think I'll be saving for the rest of the year in my emergency fund. So yeah, not expecting that, but I am wanting to save one more 1,000, which is doable. For investments, I do want to invest 1,000 in November, so I'm hoping to do that. Let's actually get to some numbers here. Let's get to November. Yeah, the back of this came out to 0, which is fine. That makes the math easier for me. And then the back of the book, let me see. I think I filled out the back of the book. I did. Okay, so I've been keeping on top of the back of the book. We can come back to this. We can come back to this after we get some numbers done. I can't believe the year's almost over. All right, so let's start with some goals. We've got some goals. Let's see, Friday is Halloween, which means the first is on Saturday. Let me do this first. 6, 12, 13, 15, 20, 22, 25, 26. Are there 31 days in November, February, March, April, May, June, July, November? There's 30 days in November. Okay. That's also a cool trick, by the way, I learned when I was in like kindergarten. Basically, if you want to know if there's 31 days or anything less, anything that is 31 days, any month that's 31 days will be on your knuckle. Anything that is a deviation from 31 days, it doesn't matter if it's 30 days or if it's February, if it's within your fingers, then it's less than 31 days and it's always right. I don't know who came up with that like rule, but it works. So that is how I remember which months have 31 days versus just 30 or whatever else, in case you are ever in a pinch. Okay, now November is stacked because we have Thanksgiving as well as some travel. You have Black Friday. So yeah, we have a few things. Black Friday. I'm not gonna celebrate this year because I'll actually be in the country and I like to spend my money on Black Friday in Canada or anywhere else, like Mexico. I think we spent it in Mexico in 2023 and in Canada in 2024. In 2025, I'll be here because I don't go to my vacation until the 29th. So let me just, winter vacation. And we'll be in Southeast Asia for this vacation, which is great because I haven't been to Southeast Asia since 2022. So it'll be great to be in that region again, you know, just experience something different. That'll be great. It's been 3 years, so way overdue. We were there for a wedding. We went to the Philippines and it was great. Other than that, we have Thanksgiving, which I don't usually celebrate traditionally. We go out and eat at an Asian restaurant. So that's probably what we're gonna do again. I would like to make a small meal at home, but my husband wants to eat Asian food, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Nothing else planned for this month, honestly. I mean, I've really been hiding out, so won't be doing any of that fun stuff this time, which is fine. I am going to be keeping to myself, hiding out all the things, which is fine. I get paid twice this month. So the first time is on the 6th, payday, and then the second time is on the 20th. And my pays are like at night, right? So sometimes, you know, it could be either or, Thursday or Friday. Just wanted to clarify that. And let's see. Okay, so I think the first check is where I will sinking fund 1,000. So I'll sink 1,000 for the trip. And then the other 1,000 I want to invest. So I'm gonna say invest 1,000. So that's already $2,000 this month. And then this next paycheck on the 20th, that's like rent check. So we're gonna not plan that yet. Okay, and then for goals. So I have a few. I think the first goal will be to finish my sinking fund. The second one will be to invest again. I want to invest $1,000. And the third one, I don't even know. I don't know what the third one should be. Because, I mean, there's so many other priorities right now with money that I can't necessarily afford another money goal. I mean, other than no spins, I feel like that's a little bit boring. I feel like no spins are a little boring since, you know, I'm trying not to spend outside of getting ready for vacation. So I don't want to say no spend again. I'll say make sense on my blog. I've actually, you know, published a new post recently, like 3 days ago. And so I do want to get back into that. I forgot how fun that is. So I'm really excited that I was able to do that. I want to come up with a schedule to do that again, but I don't know what a realistic schedule is. But we'll get back on there. I want to make 1 cent from my blog. I think that's doable. That's how much I made in October, so hopefully I can do that in November as well. I'm just gonna add some stickers. And I know, you know, things are a little bit less energetic today, but it's just because there's a lot going on. And so we're gonna try to keep it chill here. I'm gonna say for this one, make it happen. We gotta make it happen. Let's see what we got. Got some paydays, some travel days. Let's do this. I'm gonna be gone for a while too, like, I'm gonna be gone for a while. So, traveling on the 29th. I won't be back until like mid-December, probably. Much needed, you know, if it works out. So, let's see. I'll put a coffee. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what else we got. We got some exercise days we'll have. We got some paydays. Let's see. I'll use this card sticker for payday. I'll do it for the second payday, just so that it makes sense. Let me do this. Cool. Don't want to do any other stickers. I don't think so. I'm almost not even sure what to do about the fact that there's like a holiday coming. So I feel like we get so few. Travel, it is gonna be summery. I think I will use some sunglasses. Oh my God, I ripped them. I ripped the sunglasses. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna use. And I'm still deciding too if I'm gonna vlog the trip, because I don't want to bombard you with like miscellaneous content. So just know that I won't bombard you with it. I'll stagger it in a way that won't be, you know, annoying or intrusive, you know, anything like that. But you will get some stuff, you know, nothing crazy. Let's see, it's October. So I should use some October. Oh, I didn't use any October stickers last month. Got any November? We got some November stickers. I wonder if I should use that for my planner actually later, and not for this. We don't have any other Thanksgiving stickers. It's crazy. We only have 1 turkey. Like, what the heck? All right, I think I'm done with the stickers. It's not really doing me any good, these ones. Let's see. Other stickers, I think I can actually put stickers on my budget, since we have how much we're gonna be paid down. So let me add some of these numbers. My base numbers don't really change month over month either. Let's see, we've got living, self-care, miscellaneous. self-care, miscellaneous, pets, entertainment, vacation. Ooh, I have sinking fund as well because we are going to be using that for some of November. Sinking fund. And then pets. I need to get my dog some of his medicine. Entertainment. And what else? Income. I'm not sure of bank interest yet, but I think I will see it in my account tomorrow. W-2 check. Number 1. W-2 check. Number 2. And I like to, like I said, keep that blank until, you know, I know the first one is going to be 2520 point something, and the second one will be 2486 point something. So I know the total will be in the 5,000s, but I don't know the bank interest yet. So there's that. For my sinking funds, I do, you know, want to do the vacation, sinking fund, SF, and then investments. And you know, like I said earlier in the live, the goal is 1,000. So that's what we're gonna do, 1,000. We're gonna work for 1,000. Okay. Now, let's see, we've got rent, orca, grocery, electric. Rent, orca, grocery, electric. And we know that electric is $55. Rent is $1,300. And that's how much I actually paid today. Orca is $20. I don't know if I'm going to use my bus pass. I changed this number. So grocery, I upped to 180. It's 360 total, 180 each time. So $360. Do some math. 735. All right, that's that. Entertainment, you've got Netflix, YouTube, Apple, and Patreon. Netflix, YouTube, Apple storage, Patreon. $15 for Patreon. $1 for Apple, $30, $30. Okay, so that's $61.76 total budgeted. Okay, now self-care, I need to redo this. So blog, $5. I never use my self-care budget. Ugh. I'm gonna put beauty, which encompasses hair as well as, you know, any makeup or anything like that. Clothing, well, I don't know about clothing, but hair and makeup basically. So I'm gonna say 50. That's it. Like, I don't really, I'll say $55. Okay, miscellaneous. So the miscellaneous spend, I wonder, I'm a little confused. Like, because I don't leave for vacation until like almost the last day of November, I think I'm going to add that spending to December because I'll be gone for most of December and like 2 days in November. So I actually don't think I'm gonna be including this sinking fund number in November. We'll include that in December. So then my miscellaneous spending here will be the same. Food/dining, which we're gonna do because Thanksgiving. Experience, maybe not. I know last month we went to Pumpkin Patch. This month, we're just gonna wait things out. Overspend, I'm gonna put in here, but I'm gonna budget $0 for it. Now for food and dining, last time I put 200, this time I'm putting 300 because I know myself. Experience, I'll say 200. Okay, so that's 500 total. Cool. And pets, I need to get medicine. So I need heartworm meds. Heartworm, and because it's cold, we don't always get tick and flea in the cold months. At least in the PNW, they say. In the burr months, not necessarily, you don't necessarily need to. I might cave and just get them anyway, but I do need to get some things. So I'm gonna budget 150 to be safe. Let's say 150. I should probably do that pretty soon because of holidays. Okay, 5, 55, 17, 35, 76, 150. And then I want to save as well. So if I'm expecting 5,006, let's see what my budgeted expenses are. Budgeted expenses. Budgeted expenses, just so you know. 1735 plus 76 plus 150 plus 500 plus 55. $2,516 is how much we have for our budgeted expense. $2,516 budgeted for this month. So that is how much we need to live with some entertainment as well as things for our animals. Which leaves me with, let's see, so we've got $2,516, which leaves you with 953. No, that doesn't make any sense. Let's see, 5,006 point. $24909. What in the world? 0, 10 minus 1 is 9. 90.9. Okay, 2490. 10 minus 1 is 9. You guys, I'm so bad at this. Oh my gosh. 249. This is a 4. 2490. Oh, because that becomes a 4 and that goes to 10. Got it. 2490.95. You guys, I promise I am a biologist and I know simple arithmetic. Gosh, I'm a little rusty. So I have 2490 left over at the end of this, and then I'm going to invest 1. I'm going to put away 1, and so then I should have almost 500 left over after the fact. I should have almost 500 left over after the fact. Let's see here. Sorry for shaking you guys. Okay, so 2490.95, and then I'm going to be saving 1,000 of that. I'm going to sinking fund 1,000 of that right right, so that will leave me with $490.95 left over. And I feel like I should do something with that money. I don't know, ow, I just burned myself. I don't know what yet, what I should do with that money. I'll probably roll it over into whatever happens in December. Yeah, that's what it's looking like for the month of November. Now I do want to kind of prep for my next video a little bit. But before we do that, let's just do a little bit of a thought exercise here. So this back page, as you guys know, is a good reminder of your progress. You can check it out every month, every week if you want to. I like to check it out. We're so close to the end, and I can't believe, like I said earlier, I cannot believe that we are almost done with the year. It's been a freaking roller coaster. Some of these numbers are insane. Things have calmed down a little bit just because I feel like once I reached my savings goal, I just kind of unplugged from a lot. I really only stayed on YouTube, and everything else was either automated or I just wasn't there, like Instagram, TikTok. The internet has just been very loud, so I've been hiding. Let me see. No. Yeah, I just want to see my total income so far because I don't want to ruin the book. Total income, total bills, other expenses, or overspend if you're being honest. Other expense. And then no debt, and then saving. Now, if you're not like an OG to the channel, then you don't know, but I ended up buying this book last year and being really gung-ho about it because when I did this thought exercise the first time, I added up all these things and my saving ended up being 15 grand total. My investments outside of like my 401k wasn't much. I think that was included in the savings. So it was like 15 grand total. And my income was low, right? And then my bill expenses and my spend total was like 40 grand. And I was sick to my stomach because I was like, how did I get to 40 grand in spending and only save like a fraction of that? I was so sick to my stomach because of it. And so now I like to try to keep track of my, like everything. I did a little bit of this before and it didn't impress me as much as I thought it would, unfortunately. So let's see, 5347.79 plus 14,374.74 plus 6025.94 plus 5536.25 plus 7995.73 plus 8852.78 plus 8167.32 plus 6047.95 plus 5301.18. So it's saying that I got 75 grand, $75,050. $75,000.50 is what I have so far. I don't know how to say that, $75,050.31. So that's how much I've made so far. As you guys know, gross, I make $95,400. So taxed, you know, taxed. I don't even make six figures. As you guys know, we're doing all of this on a obtainable income in my degree and field. I got my degree in biology, so sort of a mid to low high range of income. I'm definitely being underpaid. I know, you know, there are some people in my industry with the same credentials as me who are making like 150, right? But because of the field that I chose, there's a little bit of a ceiling there. So I used to, you know, back when I was more interesting, actively look for alternative ways to make money, and I was so successful. I just need to get back into that space, and I'm just not there. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not there this year. I've been so subdued and just disappointed too, you know. I try not to be too hard on myself, but I really used to be more driven than I am. 2439. I don't want to say I'm coasting, but it comes with a little bit of burnout, because, you know, grinding to get rid of debt, and then, you know, help my husband get rid of debt, save a certain emergency fund, and now just to increase my investments. Those are all really good things. It's just hard to not compare myself now to how I was when I was like 20, grinding, broke, in debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get a little squishy. 3029 points. Oh, I think I did this wrong. $2439.99 plus 30. Dang it. Plus, oh my God, 4,445. Yeah, that's right. You guys, I'm sorry. God, I suck. 59 plus 2439.99 plus 3029.99 plus 3091.34 plus 5151.39 plus 4311.37 plus 3434.79 plus 5476.73 plus 2977.87 plus 2301.18. So this is 23. Okay, so I made 75. I spent 23 in bills. $23,687.33. I kind of want to separate that. I don't know if you guys can see that even, but it's 75,000. 75, 50, 31, and then 23, 687, 33. My other bills, I really haven't done too bad here, which is crazy. So even though I've overspent in certain categories, overall, my budget was still less than what it needed to be, which is great, except for a few times. So right now I went over my entire budget. Let's see, 194.33 plus 429.8 plus 342.07 I'm gonna say plus 0 because we knocked that out since we had our sinking fund. So I've been over by $966 total. $966 overspend. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. In 10 months, 966. Like I said last time, my spending, bills plus other, was 40 grand. 40 grand. And this time it's 23, 24, 25 grand. And that's because the bills were 23. That's crazy. I'll take that. Saving is, to me, the most important. And for the saving, it's like saving in your emergency fund plus your plus your investment outside of retirement. Now, I do know how much I have saved in retirement. It's been like 1,000 times 10. It's been like 509 times 2 times 10. So in my investment account, my contributions has been 10,180 in my 401k. No, I do not max it out, as you see, at all. I don't. I contribute like, I think 8% right now into my retirement account, which is fun. Let me organize this better because it's ugly. So total income so far has been $75,050.31. Total bills, $23,687.33. Overspend, $966.20. And then total savings, which is investments plus savings. So the 10,180 here is for my 401k. My 401k, my current one, is at $74,000 and some change. So nothing too crazy because I don't front load that. I don't top load that. As you guys know, net, I brought home around 75K, and it's because 11 or so of that was from a bonus, right? So it would have been less, 64 net. As you see, I am getting 5 grand a month. So living in Seattle, there's really, I mean, I have some room to spend more, right? But I don't. But yeah, I've invested 10,180 into my 401k. And then what's listed under here is emergency fund plus post-tax dollar investments. And I didn't start my post-tax saving until it might have been April is when I started. So I didn't start that from the beginning. And so I did have some catching up to do. I still have some catching up to do. I know that my total investments this year has been like 17 grand. And then I was able to up my emergency fund by 10 grand. So that's like 27 or so, just off the top of my head. Let's see though. So this says $25,866.66. And so then if I add that 10K, so I'll say plus 10, 180. No. 25,000, $5,866.66 plus $10,180. So that's $36,046.66 total. So that is how much total I have saved and invested in 1 year. Now, that's a good amount, right? I'm gonna add another 1,000, 2,000. I'm gonna add another 2 grand next month, so that'll be 38. So I'm gonna probably hit 40 grand by the end of this year, which is a completely full circle moment, because like I said, my overspend, my bills total, my spending 2 years ago was 40 grand and I saved 15 grand. So I was able to move all of that into saving and investing. That is amazing. I'm a little bit speechless, but to completely turn around my behavior, be able to save 40 grand in a full year after spending that much 2 years ago, I really have to thank, you know, everyone that's been watching these videos, as well as, you know, myself for keeping up with this book. That's insane. Okay. So this is something that I really just need to keep in mind, because I've been feeling not great at all about my progress and anything like that. Not great at all. So that makes me feel a little bit better. A lot of bit better, really. Let's see here. Okay. Cool. That's great. So we have our budget. We have some clarity. I need to get my life together. I'm not going to stay on too much longer. The budget is done. I'm going to move all of that, and then we're going to move on to just a little bit more planning. There's a lot of things that I need to do for, you know, just to get ready for the month of November. And so I like to be ahead of that. Let's see what we've got. We are in the month of November. As you see, for October, my themes were prosperity and patience. I was very patient. I hid away. My goals, I made 2 of them. Sinking fund and lose 3 pounds. I only did 1 blog post, but it's better than nothing. I wasn't writing. I didn't write since February of 2024. I had completely just shut down everything. And so I wasn't writing, and I was able to get a blog post out this month, and it felt so good to just do that again and to just be able to connect with the people on my email list. I think I'm gonna include, maybe I'll include my email list in here sometime. I don't know how to do that, so I won't do that yet, but it's just really exciting. And if you guys haven't been watching my planning videos, you'll be surprised by the fact that none of this is filled out, and I've decided not to do that anymore. I'm only going to be working on this page going forward so that we're not inundated, just doing too much. I don't want to do too much, write the same things over and over in list form. I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm only going to be working on this page, and you'll actually see the video for this on Sunday, so on the 2nd of November. And also be ready, if you are in the US, to turn your clocks backwards by 1 hour. Get that extra hour of sleep. We've earned it. So yes, sinking fund, I did 1 blog post, lost 3 pounds. I was patient. Prosperity, I would say we did okay. We did pretty good. We had a good time. This was a good, cute month. Let's see, I have some more goals for the month of November. I know we like to try to keep things not so money heavy on this, but a lot of my goals do have to do with money. Let's see, we are artists painting our stories on the canvas of life. It's November, so I want to add cute stickers. I'm not gonna outright set this up completely. I do have some paydays. Yes, I paid on the 6th and the 7th. Payday. And then this day, payday. And then my vacation starts here and it goes until the middle of December. I got some themes and stuff that I will handle in my video. Let's see. I do want to add that turkey sticker. Oh, there's 2 turkey stickers. I didn't see that. How about this turkey? Okay. And then I'll save this one for the other page. Let's put that one on the other page. Since we don't celebrate Indigenous Day, Thanksgiving, right? Just because I don't really celebrate holidays that much at all. Like in the traditional American sense, we, get time off of work and all of that. We, but it's not for the sake of the American holiday, just because. Let's see. And I just really, you guys, need to get my head right. So this month, that's what I'm gonna do because I am anxious about the travel. So I just need to get my head right. I need to get my head right. So this month, I need to promise myself some things because I have been in my head, and I'm sure some of you guys have too, just with everything going on. If you're not in the US, I've seen things happening all over the world, protests everywhere, you guys. There are so many protests. I was watching, actually, because I do speak French. I studied it for 7 years. I was on French Talk, I think it was in September, and they had their bloqué two protests, block everything protest, and just watching that was so insane to me, and that was one of the ones that stuck with me because it just looks like everybody in the world is so fed up, and I don't want to feel that way. Obviously, there's no guaranteed way to stop that, right? So I'm just kind of coping, trying to find a way to not go crazy. We're allowed to take care of our mental, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm an anxious mess. So I want to make promises to myself. Let's see. What promises do I want to make? I've been struggling with body image, just seeing myself on camera, not looking the way I used to. Like, I just have not been liking the way I look. I'm gonna promise myself to embrace my features. And that's all of them. I just, I don't know if maybe I need to treat myself to something. I don't know, but that's my first promise to self. I think I'll add this too to my video on Sunday. I'm gonna spend wisely. Not not so much snacking. And then my next one, how many promises should I make? I don't want to do too much. Honestly, protect my peace from online. Protect peace from the internet. Because it's a lot of fear, and rightfully so. You know, there's a lot of people going through a lot. We're in a government shutdown. You know, people are worried about certain benefits and protections that the government usually give that are in jeopardy, you know, and that's understandable to be worried about that. And then there's people working for free as of right now, right? We don't know if back pay is coming, things like that. And then the discourse that surrounds that is not always productive, right? So that's just something that I want to tune out. Not necessarily not help. I am, you know, reaching out to my community, supporting people where I can. But the online discourse of it all, no thanks. No thank you. Won't do it. So I'm going to protect my peace from the internet. Mainly TikTok. Oh my gosh, TikTok scares me. And then I guess just to make it a nice round number, we'll have one more November promise. I think it should have something to do with eating out, because I've been doing that too much. Let's see. Or I should make a promise to do something fun outside of what I do every day, right? All I do is make content, work. I mean, I hang out with my husband, right? But in my me time, I make content, I work, I scroll, I lay down. I need to find some activities outside of scrolling and laying down. I think because it's getting so cold, it's easier to lay in bed. I'm feeling more tired. I'm wanting to eat more. I need to like fix that. So let's see. Find a new way to pass time. Maybe I'll lower my screen time. What do you guys think? What are some things that you want to promise yourself for the month of November? Because I know I'm not the only one struggling. I know I'm not. Let's see. And then I like to have a mantra for the new month. I don't know what the month should be. Let's see. I've been grinding all year. I think my mantra is just going to be that I choose rest. I choose rest. And that's going to be what I do. I'm going to rest. That's it. I'm not going to do anything else. How am I going to keep these promises to myself? Let's see. There has to be like actionable steps in order for this to be real, right? So I'm going to do a few things in order to make that real. And I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. These yellow hearts here. And we're going to keep ourselves accountable. I'm going to write out some actions to make sure that we do what we need to do in order to not go crazy, in order to keep these promises. And so my first action, honestly, I haven't been taking the best care of myself, right? So prioritize. I want to prioritize my health by getting back into a clear workout schedule that's not too crazy, you know, too hard. Reestablish a realistic workout schedule. Also, I think the biggest issue is my sleep. So I need to work on that too. I need to start going to bed early. Go to bed earlier. This is a big one. This is actually where I have the most trouble, and I think when you don't get enough sleep, you're probably not thinking too well either, right? So I'm definitely gonna look into trying to force myself to sleep better, because I do not get good sleep. I think on average I get around 5 hours if I'm lucky, sometimes less. So I need to definitely work on going to bed earlier. Another thing, no doom scrolling. I need to be not productive, but like just put my energy somewhere else. So put energy into things that bring joy. So I think right now I'm finding a lot of joy in blogging and Pinterest. As some of you guys probably know, if you do use Pinterest, they are known as like the most positive part of the internet. I don't know if that's still true, but I've never seen any issues on Pinterest. I've enjoyed my time there a lot. And so I think I'm gonna put my energy more towards things like that, where I don't have to worry about seeing things that are upsetting or rage baity, things like that. So that's what I'm gonna do there. So we've got 1, I think this goes with 1, and then 2, and this goes with 2. And so then the last one, so we have 1 for health, we have 1 for behavior, right? And then we need 1 for, honestly, I think my money is one of the few places that I already have figured out, I'm not gonna lie. So not sure what that last one should be. I wonder if maybe I should leave the live here and figure that out on my own. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what my last one should be. How am I gonna keep these promises? Embrace features, spend wisely, not so much snacking, protect peace from the internet, find a new way to pass time, lower screen time. I don't want to start a new hobby because I get obsessive over things really easily. Let's see. I just need to focus on myself, you know, like I think this year has, first of all, it has me thinking. I think because we're at the end of it, but I've been focused a lot on things happening in the world, in my city, in our country. I ruminate on negative things. I've lost friendships because of it. I've had to cut off friendships too. I just need a vacation. Maybe that's what I'll focus on too. Vacation prep. Prep for vacation. And as you guys know, I haven't said exactly where we're going for vacation just because I don't like to say it before it's done. But we are going to Southeast Asia, so do know it is in that region. And I think my biggest goal right now is just to prep for that and not stress on the way there. So just, like I said, I'm seeing people travel. They're doing it despite all the chaos. And so I'm gonna do it too. I always let fear get me out of sorts. And so I'm gonna not do that this time. So I think that's where I'm going to end this video, because we went over our budget, we set it up, we went over our goals. If you're feeling up to it, maybe leave a goal in the chat, or you can leave a comment once this is over. Some goals that you have for the month of November. Do any October reflections that you see that you want to share, right? If you're comfortable, of course. And any money goals that you have, any money accomplishments that you made in October as well. You guys know I like to hear all of that stuff. So if you're comfortable, be sure to leave that. Just so you know too, when I end these lives, it always says there's like 2 or 3 comments and I never see them. So I haven't seen any comments in here and I'm not sure what's going on, but I can never see comments in my lives or after the fact. I don't know if people are deleting them or if they're using words that are blocked, but I never see them. And like, even when I put a test comment, let's see if I can do that. So I put a test so I can see myself, but I never see any other ones. And then when I end the live, it's like 5 comments. I'm like, great. I look and there's no comments. So I'm not sure what's going on. Thank you for sharing. You've given me a new hobby to do. I'm going to start setting goals monthly. I need to see. Oh, hey, Marie Thompson. I need to see what I can accomplish in a month. Girl, so much. You can accomplish so much. You gotta allow yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll surprise yourself. You'll surprise yourself in what you can do in a month. And honestly, just watch. If you're not setting any goals or, trying to accomplish anything in particular, and then you set your mind to even one thing, you're gonna accomplish it so fast. Like, you just have to make it actionable. You have to make it doable, make it realistic, but also actionable. So SMART goals, it has to have a time frame. It has to have some steps, that you need to take in order to accomplish that. And I've learned that if you can't come up with the steps needed to accomplish those, then it's not a realistic goal, right? If you can't name the steps that you need to take in order to reach that goal, then it's not realistic. So just make sure that it's realistic so that you're not getting discouraged and feeling bad because you didn't reach like millionaire status right in 1 year on like an 80K salary. Like, it's setting yourself up for being upset, right? So honestly, I want to know what you guys are going to accomplish in a month too. So definitely let me know if you do, if you're comfortable, obviously, because I love that stuff. It's no fun when it's just me showing my accomplishments and, no other, right? I want to see everybody winning. So thank you for that comment, Marie Thompson. And thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for liking it too. And I think I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna clean up here a little bit. And I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you again for coming, and I will see you next time.